here in Cleveland, even though all the down years have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
From the 29, Cousins. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
I know for us it's fun, and it's not so much fun for the rookie receivers when we see them coming into the league and we're going to training camps. You see them working on getting 2 feet down instead of 1. But the best ones train in college trying to get 2 down instead of 1, so the transition's a little bit less. In this case, though, wasn't able to complete it anyway.
On second down now, it's Cook. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
Easy.
On fourth down, they do snap it to Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Cousins now to throw on first down. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Used to have a coach used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, you know, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
Throwing again, Cousins on second and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
To throw, Cousins. And he's going to go down again. Myles Garrett able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. So on fourth down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 20. First carry for Nick Chubb. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Mayfield throwing quickly out to Beckham. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Now Chubb on first down, able to work his way forward for about 5. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
It's caught by OBJ. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Throwing, Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Mayfield on first down. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
The throw over the middle taken in. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 17-yard line. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Kill. Turn it up. Turn it up.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA and playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
On On second down, Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Richardson on the stop. Tackled back at the 28-yard line.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Landry now on the return. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 50-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Regular. Got the screen.
Mayfield now from the 50. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry, 50 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. And it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Set. 180. Mike 5-4. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? Heavy? What you got, Heavy?
Following the interception, Mayfield gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter, his 2nd sack of the night. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Mayfield. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far.
54.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Emerson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
You got nothing. Pistol. Hey, 1 7. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And the pressure gets to him again. Emerson Griffin dropping him for the 2nd straight play. Might want to think about blocking him here on 3rd down. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This will be taken in at the 1. Now a hit and a loose football. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. They try again with Cook. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing 3rd down. Cousins escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run as they have now chopped this lead down to 3.
That's a tough one there defensively, because look at the stops they got on 1st and 2nd down, and it's 1st and 2nd and goal. And then on 3rd down, they cover the receivers, but they leave an alley open for him to find, and he does. That is frustrating. You do almost everything right, and he still ends up in the end zone.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but There are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
It's our field. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Now Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Hey, watch that, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Up, up. I'm coming after you.
And for Mayfield, this could be a free play. He finds Beckham complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously, more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Here's a 1st and 10 now after they successfully drew him off sides. Following the penalty, Chubb slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Mayfield. It's brought in by Harris. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Mayfield to throw it. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, 29 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. This time, the extra point up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. On the carry, it's Cook. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Cousins. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
180. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Mayfield off the play fake. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Chubb on the counter. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 23-yard run. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. Fighting through, and he's got space. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go band of brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack. 3rd and long for Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Kirk Cousins, his 2nd touchdown of the night. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. So now here are the Vikings faced with a big 2-point conversion attempt. They'll try and run it here. But he will not get into the end zone. And that one hurts as it will remain a 2-score game here in the 4th. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. A run for Nick Chubb. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Get him! Get him! Get him!
Chubb. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
On third down, it's Nick Chubb.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about